We're here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for this practice session for the NASCAR IKEA Series. And as it turns out, the GOAT has just spun out of turn 2. Harrison McGill is just exiting pit road. What is he going to do? He's going to give an absolute lesson how to avoid the GOAT spinning there. That was a master class showing from Harrison McGill. They're managing to avoid the GOAT who just spun off there. Let's take a look at that again. GOAT spinning out of turn 2. You can look at that first, of course, because the GOAT has absolutely no idea how to control his car. We're going to freeze frame it here. Cut to Harrison McGill's GoPro. And you want to watch the tachometer very closely here. He's exiting pit road, getting up to speed. Manages to slow it down. Perfect timing. No damage at all. That's some fantastic stuff from Harrison McGill, of course. Fantastic stuff. What's up, peeps? It's Hannah. We're back. The last video, well, before the last video, of course, an invitation for you to ask questions. Video before that was the Cup race at Watkins Glen in the rain, which, who won? I don't remember, who cares. But I did just skip right from the, intro to the race itself, but we're going to get back to introducing the drivers before the race. So, GOAT starts on pole at his home track. This is Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He's going to be next to Isaac Carter when the green flag drops. We've got Julia Dyer, Alfred Foster Jones, Edward Thompson, Mami Fatami, Steve Morgan, Kyle Mess, Tony Brown, Harrison McGiles, Bob and Flobo, Adam McDowell, Alexander Cornish, Ami Fatami, Riley Spurley, Roy Fairman, Constantine von Barteleben, R.J. Sherry, Chase Cooper, Bob Smith, Rupert Weissmuller, Patrick Smith, I. Hidaka, Brendan Reed. Right, we've already touched that Patrick Smith and Bob Smith are not related. That's an important thing. Clive Winters, Chase McDowell, Zach Mills, David Weissmuller, Ryan Herman, Jackson Carter Jr., James Saunders, Klein Bentner, Eric Rudd, John Speed, Sakata Honda, Matthew Flanagan, Derek Campbell, Fur Carlin, Eric Monaco, and Brian Barker. Rounding out the field. So, without any further hesitation, let's just go 20 laps around this speedway. A few miles away from the heart of Las Vegas. You associate with Las Vegas Boulevard, the Strip, downtown. But this track is very close to an Air Force base. Air Force base? Air Force base. I just said an Air Force base. Green flag dropped. We were trying to struggle with how to pronounce once. I have absolutely no idea, and that's a fantastic start from the GOAT in typical GOAT fashion. Look at Alfred Foster Jones driving very close to Isaac Carter as these two guys head down the Nellis straightaway. So, Nellis Air Force Base, Nellis straightaway. That's pretty clever, of course. Alfred Foster Jones, of course, has the inside line, and he does have a bumper in front there. Isaac Carter trying to beat him to the line. Who's going to make it to second place? It's going to be Alfred Foster Jones. That's some lovely stuff from him. He's getting a push from Julia Dyer. You can see the top 5 are driving Chevy Monte Carlos. But 6th place is driving a General Motors car, so give you a bit of leeway for that one. Then behind them we've got 2 more Chevy Monte Carlos. And then, of course, a Ford Taurus fighting with a Monte Carlo. Tony Brown having a better entry into turn 3 than Harrison McGiles, who of course we commended for his fantastic avoidance of the goat heading out of pit road after the goat spun in turn 2 during practice. And as you can see, Harrison McGiles did manage to qualify well after some decent performances in practice, but he is running in 10th place right now. Still looking to get past Tony Brown, of course. Goat is just miles ahead of the field at this point. Look, he's already into turn 3, which Alfred Jones is only going to do right now. It's been quite a while. The front few have filed out. Callum S. and Steve Morgan still too wide through turns 3 and 4. Steve Morgan, his car looks like SpongeBob. We could say the same about Ami Fatami, though maybe not as much. Nesquik is more obvious. The Gold Pumps advertisements on Steve Morgan's number 48 Chevy Monte Carlo, on the other hand, is a bit harder to pick out. Harrison McGiles running behind them, but he has managed to get in front of Tony Brown there and taken 9th position. That's some lovely stuff from him. 48, not on Hendrick Motorsports. Just something to gloss over. Of course, it's lap 5 of 20 now. The goat, of course, on lap 5 already. It looks like the rest of the field is going to start it right now. Yep, that's fantastic. That's all those things and more. The goat leading this race. Alfred Foster Jones, Isaac Carter, Julia Dyer, and Edward Thompson. Your top 5. Behind them, Mami Fatami, Steve Morgan, Kyle Mess, Harrison McGiles, Tony Brown. That's your top 10. Bob and Flova, Adam McDowell, Ami Fatami, Alexander Cornish, RJ Sherry. Forgot about Riley Spurley. Chase Cooper, Rupert Weissmuller, Brendan Reed, and Roy Fairman. I guess that's your top 20. But Constantine von Bartolome looking very fast there. He's managed to, looks like he was scored as 21st there. Roy Fairman crossed the line in 20th, but Constantine von Bartolome looks like he's going to get out in front. We've got in the bottom half of the field Zach Mills, Patrick Smith, Bob Smith, Ahi Dockett, Chase McDowell. I think Chase McDowell scrubbed the outside wall a bit. Ryan Herman, Eric Rudd, Klein Bettner, Jackson Curtis Jr., David Weissmuller, Clive Winters, James Saunders, Matthew Flanagan, Eric Monaco, Derek Campbell, Brian Barker, John Speed. And running in the last 2 positions, Sakita Honda and Fur Carlin. It's nice to know that these guys have actually managed to stay with the rest of the field and not, fall behind dramatically as we've tended to see for a while. These guys are pretty close to each other still. Some of them have, of course, in the top spots, single filed out and put quite a bit of a space between each other. As the goat heads into turn 1, he's already on lap 8. So let's see when Alfred Foster Jones crosses the line to start lap 8. He's going to do that right now. Goat already starting lap 9 as Alfred Foster Jones navigates turn 3. He's out of turn 3 and through turn 4 now. So, the Goat is doing, of course, at his home track, pulling a Hamilton. It used to be called pulling a Vettel, and before that, it was probably called pulling a Schumacher. Schumacher. It's just absolutely fantastic pace from the Goat today. It's tremendous. Great. The best. It really is. Though I don't think Trump has any funds towards Las Vegas Motor Speedway, or any speedway for that matter. He's probably too fat to drive a car in real life and get it up to good speed. Isaac Carter in front of Alfred Foster Jones. Heading into turn 1, that's a fantastic overtake for 2nd position, and Julia Dyer's looking down Alfred Foster Jones inside as well. Mami Fatami doing much of the same for Edward Thompson, though a bit further behind. She might just file in behind him. Julia Dyer, on the other hand, still fighting for that 2nd position. We're at the halfway point of this race, so we might as well take a look at your lap times. The Go has the fastest one, of course. It's Alfred Foster Jones. Looks like he's going to beat Julia Dyer to the line still. Second fastest, Edward Thompson, then Isaac Carter. Still don't remember any of these names, really. Julia Dyer. Wow, she's right there. I'm so stupid. I'm so sad. Alfred Foster Jones. Mommy Fatami. Steve Morgan. Harrison McGiles. Kyle Mess. And Zach Mills is your fastest one. It's 3 wide of 3 Chevy Monte Carlos. Alfred Foster Jones on the outside. Julia Dyer in the middle. And Edward Thompson the inside line. Gonna head across the front straight. Now Alfred Foster Jones is actually gonna fall behind and lose 2 positions there. He's been taken by Edward Thompson, who's in front of Julian Dyer. He's got the inside line and a few feet, inches ahead. And Edward Thompson is gonna fly into 3rd place. That's some fantastic stuff. Overtakes of the week for Edward Thompson. Maybe Julia Dyer as well. Here comes Mommy Fatami. There's quite clearly something wrong with Alfred Foster Jones's car. He's probably got some mad wear on his tires or something at this point in the race. We're past the halfway point. Probably won't be until right at the death when these guys head into the pits for tires and fuel. Mommy Fatami, the only Pontiac Grand Prix in this race, which is not a Grand Prix. Fighting with Alfred Foster Jones is going board with Jones. As you can see, Mommy Fatami has managed to make that position there. Where's the goat gone? Oh, there he is. Past some lap traffic there. Pace car was in the way. John Speed running last behind Fur Carlin, Sakata Honda, Eric Monaco, Derek Campbell, and Clive Winters.
Buy the new McLaren Honda Team Cap now. Cap does not come with warranty and may break down before turn 1.
Brian Barker and Matthew Flanagan having also been passed by the goat. The goat's going to get by James Saunders here as well, and he's right behind David Weissmuller, looking very aggressive, tearing through this field of lapped cars. Well, cars that are about to get lapped. Of course, David Weissmuller now a lap down, and he's about to get by Chase McDowell, which he's going to do on the apron there. At this point in the race, the goat's definitely got some worn tires, and as the car started for fuels, he gets by Klein Bentner and Jackson Carter Jr. and Ryan Herman. Got those names right, and I'm proud of myself. Eric Rudd in oh crap, no. Something wrong. Eric Rudd trying to get by Patrick Smith. Where's he gone? Where's the goat gone? He's disappeared. Oh, and he spun it. Oh crap, the Windows thing is in the the start menu. Okay. Just keep saying oh. My friend on Tumblr always says oh. Friend on Tumblr, if you're watching this, you are awesome for watching this. You probably wouldn't be watching it until tomorrow because A, I'd have to remind you, and B, you'd be sleeping by the time this came out. So, yes, I did in fact spin trying to head into pit road because I shifted directly from 4th to 2nd, and without assisted steering, that's like shifting from 4th to 2nd. No matter what kind of steering you have. So let's go into pit road. A few people heading out. Of course, these are guys who were lapped and they're back in a lead lap now, but falling for a while. Go getting into his pit stall. Let's take a look at the action. 15.1 second pit stop from the GOAT there is Alfred Foster Jones, Mommy Fatami, Kyle Mess, Adam McDowell, Alexander Cornish, Roy Fairman are in the pits, and these guys are heading out right now. Constantine Monbar leaving out, along with, I believe, that's going to be Eric Rudd, Bob Smith, Brian Barker. Yeah, these are guys who started near the back of the field there, so that's that. Car heading into pit road there is Chase Cooper. Alright, then the goat's on lap 17, about to start lap 18. 3 to go when he crosses the line. Seems that Chase Cooper managed to lead that last lap, but, well, this lap, and he's not going to be on it anymore. So, extra points for Chase Cooper there. Lovely. And it's 2 laps to go for the GOAT in there. He's absolutely dominated this race, and we can already say with little doubt that he's just dominated this. Oh, wow, did you see him twitch there? Heading through turn 1 there. That's just all part of the fun when 0% assisted steering is 0% assisted steering with an Xbox One controller, which was, of course, made 10 years after this game came out, and mine is like just about 2 years old, nearly 2 years old. White flag out for the GOAT here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. His home crowd is absolutely ecstatic about this dominating performance he's had today. Clive Winters and James Saunders getting lapped by the GOAT, adding insult to their injury of having slow cars and such. Again, twitching through that turn there. Chase McDowell is going to get passed by the GOAT as well. Hidaka in front in the Albertson's car. Is the GOAT going to fly by? Yes, he is. He's looking very good. Oh, he spun it! He spun it in typical GOAT fashion, heading through turn 3, just a bit too deep there, and he's in the wall. Doesn't look like there's too much damage to the front end. That could have been worse than it was. There's Isaac Carter, but he's only heading out of turn 2. Meanwhile, the GOAT is heading out of turn 4. And he's going to take the win here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This GOAT is really something, isn't he? Who's going to finish second? It's Isaac Carter, followed by Edward Thompson. Alright then, it's about time to cross the line. Pace car's out on the track, which doesn't really matter. Now, watch the GOAT do donuts. GOAT was fast in practice, as he always is. Eric Rudd the slowest, because, I don't know. The GOAT was fast in qualifying, and Brian Barker was the slowest because... What? Brian Barker was the slowest in practice, but he was the second fastest in... No. Second fastest in practice, but slowest in qualifying. Bravo, good job, Brian Barker. 8th and Happy Hour, the GOAT, of course, fastest there, and the slowest was Constantine Barton. I thought I had the ringer off. Oh, okay. Constantine Barton in 40th. Well, 40th fastest lap. So, the GOAT wins today. Isaac Carter and Edward Thompson on the podium. Steve Morgan, Mami Fatami, Harrison McGowan, Callum Mespa, and Philip Adam McDowell, and Ami Fatami. Rounding out your top 10 as the GOAT has no rear wheels and will get stuck on the grass. But nobody cares. Now the pace car is lonely. Outside the top 20, Rupert Weissmuller, Zach Mills, Riley Spurley, Brendan Reed, Alfred Foster Jones, Alexander Cornish, Eric Rudd, Constantine Barton, Chase Cooper, Brian Barker, Ryan Herman, RJ Sherry, Bob Smith, Jackson Carter Jr., Derek Hamill, Julia Dyer, Klein Bender, Fur, Carlin, Roar, Fairman, Eric Monica, Patrick Smith, Tony Brown, David Weissmuller, John Speed, Saki Honda, Matthew Flanagan, Hidaka, Chase McDowell, and 39th and 40th today, James Saunders and Clive Winters. The GOAT shows some muscle at Las Vegas and is second in the points. Oh my days. That's creepy. He's just behind Rupert Weissmuller, who won the after 3 of 3 events. Oh, where's Isaac Carter won the first one? He's in 18th. Wow. But Rupert Weissmuller won the last race. Last IKEA Series race at Atlanta. He did win the Cup race in Watkins Glen. I just remembered that. So Weissmuller's leading the points, to GOAT following closely behind. Harrison McGowell's 3rd, Adam McDowell 4th, and Alfred Foster Jones 5th. It's been oh, wow. The Fatami twins are right next to each other, 13th and 14th. It's been oh. What's up with all these guys that are still tied at this point? I don't know. It's been handed foot in. Steve Morgan has 2 DNFs. And so do Isaac Carter, Roy Fairman, and RJ Sherry. Wow, look at all these. Okay, so these guys at the back have a bunch of DNFs. That makes some sense. Some in the top 5 have none. The series is going to be great.